Raider Nation, we back. One more intro. Just one more. Can we try this one more time? How we living, people? Are we back? Give me a heads up in the chat to let me know that we're back. Oh snap! All right, we back. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it was the devil, but I have my cross back on, so we good now. We good. See, I wasn't wearing my cross. Didn't have the blood of Jesus. That's what it was. So we back now. We back now. All right. Totally crossed out now. All right. What's up, y'all? Yeah, I think the cats was hating on me over here. Cats trying to, stop my shine. I think my cats might be a Steeler fan. I don't know. But we back. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Let me know about the connection. I know I was yammering on about, but good thing I didn't lose track. Now, God is good. Let's put that out there. We're gonna let that hang for a while too. God is good. Mr. Pena, salute. First one back. Like if anybody has been to the Oakland Stadium, LA Stadium, just the atmosphere and just the amount of just energy that we bring. You know what I'm saying? Like Raider fans have been known to strike fear in the fans that come visit our stadium. There was a point, I don't know if you guys remember this. Well, I mean, I know there's, all my people, we remember. So the times when people, when you talk about going to a Raider game, if you were from outside, fandom, you weren't going, because win or lose, we win the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's how it used to be. That used to be the mantra. We used to always, we were losing back then too, guys. This losing thing isn't really a new thing for us. That's why, the frustration, hence the frustration. But like it used to be like you ask any fans, Niner fans, definitely not anybody in our division. Nobody's coming to our arena. So that's what I'm saying. Things are different now. We have a tourist friendly arena, which I don't like because the black hole and just the Raiders just arena and Coliseum just period is not a friendly place for anybody outside the Raider family. You know what I mean? If you're Raider family, man, it's all love. It's food, you smoke, drink, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, but it's not a friendly place for anybody not wearing silver and black. So things have changed. You know what I mean? Like now it's like people are having fun. You know what I'm saying? Coming over here, watching their team, do damage. And I don't know. It's too late. I thought I came up with a pretty good idea, right? I was like, okay, so because I'm an A's fan too. I'm everything Bay. A's, Raiders, Warriors. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you. I do. And God still is good. But I'm just going to highlight this one too. Yeah, there's a vibe like no other, man. Like I was saying, I think I was getting into it, but like Warriors games, you have to kick us, the fans, out. You know what I'm saying? We don't leave early. We don't leave, when it's looking bad because we've come back for some crazy down 17, end up winning by 16 type games and stuff like that. And we rock, man. We rock until they kick us out, until the cleaning crew has to clean up. and we have to go. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we rock, man. Like, and it's different. It's different, the Vegas vibe, but maybe we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm having faith that but it's on the nation. You know what I'm saying? Like we show up, but there's been so much disappointment that like we're kind of seeing kind of the same old Raiders and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, believe me, I know it doesn't look pretty this year. And from all reality, like this is kind of my late reaction for last week too. It was crazy, like we lost last week. The Raider, I don't want to say the Raider way, but the way that we usually lose games, we got punched in the mouth and we did not respond. In fact, we sat there and laid there. We stayed down. And the thing about being a Raider is we always fight. That's the thing about the Raider squad, because we're always in ugly games. I mean, I don't think we have rare good, where we put everything together: defense, offense, special teams. There's rare times we put it all together. But for the most part, we make mistakes, man. We make mistakes and we shoot ourselves in the foot. And that's what's been happening lately. That's what happened last week. And like I said, we got punched in the mouth and we chose not to get back up. We chose to just sit down on our butts, and Minshew, like nothing personal, man. Like it's, like I know he wants to win. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I could say, I know he wants to win. Salute, salute. Appreciate you, Sean. Appreciate you coming. Al's Ghost in the building. Like I know Minshew wants to win, man. Like I know, his intentions were good. Like he really wanted to take this franchise, and this franchise could have been his. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, for some reason, it didn't shake out. From the sideways fumble to the pick six last week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been an up and down road for him. So to be honest, I hope he doesn't get another opportunity, just for the fact that means that Aiden failed too, or something happened to Aiden. And I know in the beginning I was on the Aiden boat and thinking that Aiden, was I still feel Aiden until I see it, until I see more. Because like I said, in the beginning of the season, I said I want to see more. And I wish we could have seen it with Aiden, but I can't argue with where we were a week ago at 2-2, because it's better than 1-3 or 0-4. So I will be happy with, because there's a lot of 2-3 teams out there right now. So that's why this game is really important to what we do, like what we do moving forward. Because I know we've heard the tank talk, we've heard the what should we do? Like Raider Nations is a trip too, because we want something, but we're the steps that we have to take to get it, we're not up for. You know what I'm saying? Because teams do it, man. Teams know the mission. You know what I'm saying? And some choose to accept it. But we are a prideful organization. But there's no way that we cannot do so well, or excuse me, how do we say that? There's no way to get a top 3 quarterback and finish 8-9 or 9-8, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's it. I mean, yes, it's possible, but I think it's ridiculous. I've voiced this before, that I think it's ridiculous when we pay these outrageous prices for a number 1 pick, quarterback, whatever it is, when there's an opportunity for us to. Because I mean, think about all the losing seasons we've had, right? We've lost with pride, and we've lost, and we've tried to make moves here or there to try to bring in good players, and it's just sometimes it just feels like we got the worst luck. Because look at the Christian Wilkins thing. He was doing this thing for us. Finally, a free agent that we had brought in from somewhere else that was worth the ticket price, and he gets injured, and I'm not going to say, because I don't know if it happened on the dancing or whatever, but it did look a little funny that after the dancing play, and where what's his name jumped on him, or and he didn't return. But that's why I say, man, we got to take stuff serious, man, because it's for Raider Nation. If we're okay, yeah, if we're winning, sure, dance your butt off, man. But like for us as Raider Nation, like we go back to stuff like that. Like I don't know if you guys remember last year when Devontae and them were playing basketball in the locker room, And Devontae was like, watch, they're gonna be like, oh, this is why they ain't winning games, because they're in there playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's true though. You know what I mean? Like, you could do whatever the hell you want to do. You could smoke cigars, you could, you know what I'm saying, live it up, part, you know what I'm saying, whatever you do if you're winning. You know, it just has it looks different when you're losing doing all these things. So I just want to, you know, it's not that I'm saying don't have fun, man. Don't, I'm not trying to take away the fun of the game, but I'm pretty sure you can dance a whole lot better when you win. Oh, that's right. Yeah, let me give me 1 sec. Got you. I forgot we changed shows. Let me see. Do. Yeah. Cause you know, I just think because you know, we tell our players too, man. Like we tell the kids, you know, like, yeah, have fun, but don't, you know, don't be ignorant. Don't, you know, don't rub it in the other team's face. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Hey, okay, so we're gonna go. All right. Whoop. Got you. Whoop. All right, we understand, bro. All right, sent those out too, guys. Sorry about that. I forgot we changed shows. Yep. Yeah, it's just I don't know. We gotta do a lot of things right in a row. You know what I'm saying? Before we could start, you know what I mean, with anything extra. Like just trying to get pretty much people to be consistent. You know, like our offense, it's starting to kind of gel with the line, believe it or not. But it's starting to come together. It's just it's going to take some patience. But the best time to get this running game and get this line straight is right now, because Aiden is not the mobile person that you know Minshew, you know, was. And let's bring Alpha Kasi aboard, man. Salute, my guy.
What's going on, man? How are you, gang?
Good. How we doing?
Sorry, I'm in the dark as you can see. I'm actually doing a night shift, so yeah.
Let me find out you're Batman when you're not doing Raider stuff. Right? Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Where are they?
Yep. It's like, where's Rachel? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
I'm excited. I'm actually excited for today, man. Like I feel like it's one of those games that we actually pull off. You know what I mean? It's one of the ones that people don't kind of expect us to. And that's when we win. That's usually it.
Can you hear me okay? Is my sound all right?
Yeah, you're good so far. Yeah, am I
Like,
am I coming through clear?
no. You're fine. It's just usually I'm at home with my setup, and here I'm using my phone. I don't know if my audio is coming out okay. Sometimes it's a bit spotty, but anyways, um, well, maybe this might be the consistent where like one week we shit the bed, and then the next week we come out and we win. It's been the case this year, so let's see
Yeah.
what happens. But I don't know, man. We got a lot of key injuries, you know what I mean, and we're a team that's a little bit low on morale, distracted. But I guess again, like when the expectation isn't there for the Raiders, that's usually when we're at our best, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because you know, it's a home game. That's the only kind of good thing that's kind of on our side. Because I mean, and it's not just because it's you know the Steelers, whatever. It's just because, like you said, injuries. We're down a lot of big pieces that make this team, you know,
But
or they were
apparently they're
supposed to.
injured too, right? From what
Yeah.
I hear.
Yep. But they still got that boy Watt. Yeah, that's the
Mm,
one that kind of worries me is TJ Watt because he always has good games against us. And
right.
you know, he's been injured for the last, you know, game or two that we've played. So it was kind of, but I remember the game before he kind of wrecked us. And he's good
Yeah.
with getting those strip sacks, and he's good, you know. And Aiden's not the most, you know, I'm not the most mobile person in the world. So that's where, like, you know, we say get the ball out, but we're gonna need. Oh, okay, we got Rafa, but I think is let me see. Let's see if this pops up. Yeah, I know. Spinning. and spinning. All right, we're gonna hold off on that one. Yeah. Oh, see, right when I gave up, man. See, right when I give up, the Raiders win. You know. What's up, Rob? How we doing?
Yo, how's it going? And right now, I just really woke up because I'm ready to fight. And of course, we just wanted to win because with their defense, I mean, we can do like everything they, we just wanted to like to give like it a great opportunity. I mean, this is gonna be like a huge big splash. And after that, I've just saw between for the injury report of Christian Wilkins and all this stuff like that, we have a great chance to be Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, those guys is not that very amazing about for the defense for the Steelers, but it seems that with our knowledge, with everything about for like the mentality, we can deal like at a secure victory. It's not that very easy, but it's gonna be like a very close.
Is it me or does Rafa sound like he's speaking with auto tune?
He's got that.
No, no, no.
He said no auto.
I think your audio settings isn't going through your microphone now.
Oh, yeah.
In
Yeah,
fact, the
no,
only
the
way
microphone.
don't the only way we're going to be able to know is Rafa. You got to sing a song real quick with the mic.
Okay, so I just wanted to check it out. Yeah,
Nah, for sure.
yeah, just checking it off from my microphone. I just checking off on my
There you
microphone.
go. Much better.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, really much
Yeah, it's-
better.
Yeah, like what can we do well today that's gonna, because that's the thing I think we was talking about last show. What do we do well? You know what I mean? That we can, because it's not running the ball so far. You know what I mean? We'll see how the passing game goes with Aiden versus Minshew, but I think if it's all on the line, I think the line is the biggest X factor in this thing. It's going to be the simplest thing of them opening up holes for us to be able to run, and just somebody being able to slip a tackle and get something going. Because I like what Minshew said to the guys before he threw the pick six. You know what I mean? Like, he said basically finding a way to win. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be, but we got to find a way to win. And instead we found a way to lose. You know what I mean? Like, but I like what he told the guys that, it's not, it's going to be that little bit of extra. You know what I mean? It's somebody making a play, breaking a tackle, punching a ball out. We need that. Like, defense has to create a turnover for us to win this game. We can't expect I'm just saying from the weeks that I've seen this offense and just knowing that we're missing pieces, we're still figuring things out. We have to create turnovers. Like, that's why the Jack Jones thing is kind of, a little disturbing, not seeing him be as aggressive as we've seen in the past, and just like the cushion, just a lot of stuff, the missed tackles and stuff like that. So, I mean, with the tackling, I always want us to gang tackle. I don't never want to, because I've just seen so much. I've seen us, like the Charger game was a big example of that, of how everybody needs to get to the ball so we don't let nobody slip out and just break those long runs, man, because it has to be gang tackle. It has to be us as a team.
Jason, we're dead last when it comes to missed tackles. I don't know if you know that stat.
Yeah. I mean,
yes, I know, James. I'm actually doing my best Dustin from Death Star Report impersonation, doing his lives like this, you know what I'm saying? For real though, I'm doing some night work, so that's why it's dark and I'm not using my setup. So yes, I know it's dark, guys. Bear with me. But anyways, continue.
Hey guys, he's fighting crime, man.
Right.
Let Avocasi work.
I mean, he's doing all these stuff because I know he's a great hero to fight all these demons, to fight all these villains. But I mean, he looks like very like an Australian Batman because he wants to fight against the crime and everything. But I love you, Afakasi, but I'm not gonna roast you. But you're my friend. I know that I support you.
Yeah, and we appreciate your service to the world, man. Like, if you ever need a side
before I fly a plane over there and Batman kung fu your ass. I know it's only been fun.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Definitely. Like Justin Fields, are we worried about Justin Fields?
I don't think
Yes.
not at all. I think not at all because I know this arm technique. It's not that very impressive. I just wanted to talk about it, but I have a feeling that Justin Fields, it may be like a very surprisingly at all, but it seems like the arm technique it gives like a lot of weakness because after that performance, I mean, he was very struggling a lot. But I think with his arm technique, it's not that very kind powerful. So I think that in kind of take like a lot of advantage to everything.
I don't know, man. Like from what I hear, he's having a pretty decent year. Like I haven't watched him play, but I hear that he's doing much better since leaving Chicago and playing for the Steelers, being their starter. Um, it also worries me that like we have a tendency to make these quarterbacks just look like the next coming of Joe Montana all of a sudden. So I'm hoping it's not like that. And yeah, well, our chips are down. We're missing a lot of key players. But to what you said before, like, what do we need to do to try and get the win? We need a lot of people to step their game up, like, especially our depth guys, which are now thrust into starting positions. I mean, across the defensive line, we're going to need one or two of these guys to step up. At wide receiver, we're going to need all the other guys to step up. I mean, we're missing not just Devontae, but also Jacoby Myers is a big one. Like that really hurts us because I got to be honest, like something that I don't think anyone's talked about, but like Trey Tucker, I like good spot guy. Runs his routes pretty well, as well as he can take he has that deep ball threat. He can take it over the top because of his speed. However, I did notice last week when he was the number 2 outside man, he lost, I think, 2 of those contested balls, and it wasn't even close. Like he just didn't seem to have the hops to get up and get it, which is a concern for me if he's going to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think he's going to be the wide receiver number 1 if we're missing both Myers and Devontae, which that's a scary thought. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like Trey Tucker as that guy on the outside. No, I don't. Not until proven otherwise. And last week didn't really instill much confidence. So we're going to be looking at maybe Brock Bowers to do more of the same, but even more so. So, which is unfair to expect so much from a rookie, but he's proven to be the best offensive weapon this year. In the absence of Devontae, and even with Devontae on the field, like he's still been able to do his thing. So, yeah, like we're gonna need all these guys to step their game up, right?
Yeah, is Jacoby already been downgraded to out, or is it still?
I don't know, but like
No,
last
he's
I heard,
downgraded to questionable. He's downgraded to questionable about for this game. He's questionable.
Okay, but whatever it is, if like even if he's on the field, like we're still gonna need like Tucker, Turner, and whoever else they elevate to, they need to step their game up because last week was not good across the board, but it just went to show like the absence of Devontae and having another wide receiver kind of establish themselves. I mean, Myers was hurt, but like it was just, yeah, it's concerning.
Yeah, I forgot how many interceptions Aiden had last year in his starting time, because I was going to compare that to Minshew in his short time, but I'm not sure. I thought it was 9 or something like that, but not too sure. I'm not.
Some of those throws last week were atrocious, but like at the same time, some of those balls, like those contested jump balls, like that were specifically to Trey Tucker. I mean, he's got to make a better effort to get up and get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't seem like he could jump like even close to high enough. You know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like he was out jumped by a long mile. On how many interceptions was against when he was targeted? I can't remember, but I remember at least one time, and at least 2 times where he was targeted and he was just beaten outright.
I
So
feel like wasn't it two? Because I think one for Aiden, one for Minshew for his or two Trey Tucker. I think it was 1-1.
right. But did you see what I saw, Chase?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Yeah, there was not a lot of real effort from what it looked
It
like.
wasn't a case of the effort wasn't there. It was just I just I mean have you noticed it in previous like in the year and a half he's been with the Raiders? Like you haven't really noticed him like in those contested like catch point catches like you see with Devontae and Jacoby Myers, but like he got
Yeah.
targeted like that twice last week, being that guy on the outside, and it just yeah.
If from what I've seen, like from just kind of honest opinion of Minshew, I think sometimes he sees it so late and he just tries to launch it in that direction. You know what I mean? Just to give, I guess, the person a chance. But sometimes you might not see either that defender creeping over or something, because it's like he has a very late react. That's why it looks so crazy because he'll be kind of all over the place and then and then just try to sling it, but he doesn't pay attention and read. Because I think that's where Aiden's going to be different because Aiden's going to know the play before he even says hike. He's going to know kind of what it's going to look like. And I think that's the thing with Minshew. He's good at extending the plays and getting those, extra possessions and stuff like that just from running. So that's why I think, we needed to keep doing that running because, he ran for 2 first downs, right? And then after that, nothing. You know what I mean? It's like for us, we have to keep running. Because for us, we make football look so hard sometimes. It's just we have to do the extra stuff. We have to run for first down. That's why, like even Aiden, by them knowing Aiden's not going to run, that's how Brady used to get so many first downs running. He's just one of the slowest quarterbacks ever. You know what I mean? But
Right.
when at last, if there's nothing open, worst case, Brady's going to run for that first down. He's not going to accept nothing as the result. He's going to do his damnedest to run his slow butt to, get that first down. And then that's what Aiden's going to have to do. I just hope our line can hold up at least enough to just get him time to deliver the ball. And it just sucks because our wide receiver core is kind of questionable. Well, not kind of. It is questionable.
It is questionable. Very,
Yeah,
very
it is.
questionable.
Yeah, it is.
Like I said, I like Tucker and DJ Turner is my guy, but I like them as situation spot guys, not as wide receiver 1 and 2 until proven otherwise. And yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Because most of the time we could come up here and be like, you know what? Trey Tucker's gonna ball out there. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's gonna step up, or Jacoby's gonna, or Brock. It just sucks because we're down the tight end, Michael Mayer, which would be a good compliment. Give another weapon. Prayers to
We still have Harrison Bryant. I mean, to be honest, like Harrison Bryant has established himself more than Michael Mayer so far for me has been all hype. You know what I'm saying? A guy we drafted in the 2nd round, like he hasn't. Well, has he even played this season yet?
That I remember. Nope.
Exactly.
No,
wait.
What did he do in his rookie year? Not much.
Just one catch at the Jets. That was it.
To my point, like, and this is taking not even taking into consideration whatever he's having to deal with. I'm not even going to comment on that because unless you know, you don't. Whatever it is, I hope he gets himself well soon. But like, I don't know, man. Like Michael Mayer is a guy who's gotten a lot of hype since he's been with the team. Everyone's been talking about how we're going to have the next Gronkowski Hernandez connection. Yet Brock Bowers is proving to be every bit worth the hype. But what has Michael Mayer done to live up to the hype? Nothing. Barely anything.
Yeah, I think that I agree about that, Alpha Casa, because another Michael Mayer at the first year as a rookie, he didn't have much impression about like this production, but it seems that all of this work after he was drafted, I mean, it doesn't have to revolve like all these like accomplishments. But I think if we choose like Brock Bowers as a tight end number one, I mean, he all defines, he embodies the whole attack. I mean, it reminds me of like one of the Rob Gronkowski thing, which is in a golf for the New England Patriots, but he just embodied like very powerful in production. But it seems that all for these stars, the Michael Mayer, it seems that he has no production, he has no energy to make it happen, to block all these like the opponents. But it seems that Brock Bowers came here not only to impress and offer like the job as the tight end, but also he really embodies like all these production. But it seems that he wants to be play very aggressive, and that's why he just wanted to deserve a lot of more instead of Michael Mayer. He doesn't seem like, oh, it's not very perfect at all. But it seems that if they want to really step up to the game, I mean, there's Brock Bowers in there, so there is the one thing to say: you can play it or you can leave it.
I will disagree with you on one thing, Rafa. Like Mayer
Okay.
has proven to be a better blocker than what was expected in year one, but that's probably been the most impressive part of his game. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't put in effort. I'm not saying that like he can't be productive. I'm just saying
Yeah.
the production hasn't been there yet, and I just don't like crowning these guys who haven't produced. You know what I mean? Like he's gotten a lot of hype, and what has he done?
Yeah, I think we talked about that too, because I think I had called him, we got a great or good tight end, and then you were like, I mean, do we really? You know what I mean? Like, is he really that, guy? And then I
I'm
mean,
just saying, like, we got to wait for these guys to establish themselves. At least with Brock Bowers, I mean, he was a rookie, but he's from the jump, he's proving to be that guy. So
yeah,
that's good. That's good enough for me to say yes, we got someone in the door with him. But yeah, once again, Michael Mayer, what has he done? Like, we drafted him second round, and he hasn't really produced. He hasn't been playing. Whatever it is he's dealing with, I hope he gets himself situated. I'm not going to speculate about whatever it is, because there's a lot of rumors going around, but unless you know, you don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it's drug related or whatever related when, like, how do we know that? We don't. There's no official statement from the family or from the Raider organization. They're keeping it very tight-lipped. So, like, it's unfair to speculate and say it must be drug related when, like, do you know that for certain? Like, that's quite the insult to say, someone's got a drug substance abuse issues when you don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, he seems like because he's got good family behind. I know sometimes that doesn't matter, but looks like he has a good support
It
system.
could be. All I'm saying is, like, do
Yeah.
we know that? Do we know for certain? Unless you know, then let's not speculate. You know what I mean? Let's just hope he gets himself right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's wild.
yeah, that's really fair about it. And of course, I'm sorry about that, guys, but I'm gonna hop off because right now I gotta take care to make it like a live stream to play by play between Raiders versus Steelers. So I'll catch you guys later. So salute to you, and I really hope that this win it's not gonna be very tricky, but I had faith about for this team and around for this defense. So I just wanted to tell you, we're a nation for life, and of course, salute from El Capitan Refugio, motherfucker. So salute to you.
Yes,
Bye,
sir.
Rafa.
Appreciate you, Rafa. Yeah, it's pretty much in all reality, guys, like today we're gonna learn a lot. We're gonna learn a lot about our team going forward, what we need to do, what we have. And I'm hoping for the best. I'm the biggest AOC supporter, of course, of today, making sure that I like that he's getting at least a shot for us to all see what he is. Like last week he was kind of thrown into a bad situation. We expected him to bring us back, and it was just one of them things. He got put in a bad situation, and there was no get back. We had already, took that L early in that game. You know what I mean? So
I for one am not going to judge him from last week's performance, being he came in when the game was pretty much already out of hand. So,
yeah. It sucked when as soon as he threw that interception too, people were like, oh, see, he sucks too, but it was, Injuries tore our team up this year. We can honestly say that. Like we shot ourselves in the foot too sometimes, but injuries really got us in some big places.
Right.
You
I
know what I
mean, look,
mean?
I've never gone on record to say AOC sucks. Look. Admittedly, I'm not like the biggest advocate for AOC. I'm not like, I think he still needs to show it to establish himself that he is as good as what like some people like yourself think he's baby Kurt Warner. You know what I mean? Like,
I
yeah,
hope
yeah.
so. I hope so today.
Look, I hope so, but like
Mhm.
for me, it's like, look, once again, are we really going to crown these guys before they've done anything of relevance? You know what I mean? So,
No.
you know, like I'm going to give him a chance. Like whoever is our quarterback, I'm
Mhm.
going to get behind him 100%. Like that's my guy until they're not. You know what I'm saying? So, say I see time. Let's see what he got. Give him the keys. Let's see if he can
Yeah.
drive with it.
And he's got a tough road because a lot of people are putting the Bengals game as like a not winnable game, but I'm like, they're the Bengals at the end of the day. They said that about the Browns, and we found a way against the Browns. So, but we got the Chiefs coming up. There's a lot of crucial games. So, I mean, if AOC wants this job, this is a good time. Say you beat the Steelers, or you help us beat the Steelers, you help us beat the Bengals, and we either are at least hopefully back to full strength because we're gonna need everybody against the Chiefs. You know what I mean? We got to do everything right to beat the Chiefs. But that's a winnable game too. They're just playing simple ball, just simple march the ball downfield, chopping away, chopping away. That's why they're saying they're not doing those big plays and stuff like that. Yeah, they got them. They got the weapons to get it done, but they'll chip away at you, chip away at you. And right when you start to kind of lax up, then they'll hit you over the top.
Who are you talking about? Chiefs?
Oh, KC, yeah. Looking ahead. Looking too
Yeah.
far
Well,
ahead.
let's focus on the now. I think that would be what AOC should be doing, and as well as the team. Just look. Let's not even look at the Chiefs yet. Let's focus on the now. We need to get back game with
Yeah.
our opponents today against the Steelers. Like I'm not even thinking about the Bengals or the Chiefs. Let's just take 1 week at a time and see where we're at. I mean, we need all hands on deck to your point, but like a lot of the guys that we need to be all hands on deck, like they're out for the season.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, we lost Wilkins. I mean, there hasn't been an official statement on him being out for the season, but I'm going to assume as much, being that
Yeah.
he had what, ankle surgery,
I thought it was foot. Oh, so it was ankle?
whatever surgery it is. I mean, like,
Yeah.
forgive me if I'm mistaken, but usually surgery recoveries take at least 2 months, and that's going to take
Yeah.
that's what 8 games
And that's a
to
big
take
guy
him
because
almost to the end of the season.
he's gonna it's kind of like with Colton. He had this, he had the surgery. Of course, you're not going to be as strong because you're not going to be able to use it, and
Right.
it's just going to take a process. I don't know why they do that. They always say, "Oh, it's going to take 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks," and then damn well it's going to take them a lot longer to get stronger, get better, heal,
Right.
build back that strength. You know what I mean, and then catch up back to NFL speed. So yeah, I think it's going to be a lot longer too. Really, I mean, I would
I'm going
rather,
to expect him out for the season until we see
yeah,
otherwise.
yeah,
And
and
even if we do see otherwise, is he even going to
yeah,
be able to produce close
yeah,
to his best, being that we're kind of
yeah,
speeding? It would be a speedy kind of get back, if that makes
yeah.
sense. So
And would we
yeah.
want him to risk himself in the first year of his big contract, just to bounce back for whatever we do this season? Because I mean, in all reality, I don't think we really were gonna do. We could. There was a chance we could have snuck in if we did things right. But we'll see how today goes. But the way we're trending, if we're not going to do well this season, then let's get everybody back healthy. Like, let's not risk getting them in here for what? So we'll have a half the player for next year. You know what I mean? We need him back at full strength because he was actually doing some good things for us. So I think sometimes, I mean, this is just me, but sometimes I think we do a lot of things for ticket sales when those games that we're not doing so well, we're going back home and they kind of make little moves just to get the fans to come to the games, you know what I'm saying, to not give up. And it's just like sometimes you got to do what's best for the future, not just right now, not for ticket sales, not for, to get the
Right.
fans. Winning will get the fans back in the seats. I promise you. Winning will change everything. But it's like we just got to stop making desperate moves, start making smart moves. But
But
in
do
the
you
words,
really think coaching decisions when it comes to player availability or not is going to come down to the fact, oh, we need to sell tickets and we need to cut him on the field?
not with his, not really specifically, but I just feel like it's one of those things that they would probably think of, say if he does come back healthy, instead of saying, no, we're just going to sit you for the rest of this year, so they want to give the fans something to see. So of course they want to, put our best players on the field. But I think the way things are heading, I would rather rest him because I mean we went this long without Wilkins. So I'm pretty sure we'll be okay for the
Yeah,
rest of the,
look, I got
you
to
know.
be honest, man. I don't think a coach is going to make a dumb decision on whether to rush a player back or not, just for the
Well,
sake, oh, we need to
no,
sell
not
tickets.
a coach, not a
I don't
coach,
think so, man.
not a coach, but an owner. An owner will. You know what I mean? That's why,
That's
like a lot.
stupid.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. That's why we haven't had the success that we've, should be having. You know what I mean? But like we've talked about that too, like on some, because like with Pierce making the decisions and stuff like that. Like I feel like it's not. He's not he's the leader, but just on paper. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of decisions made that go against. Because I still to this day feel like the Minshew move was not his. Because I mean, I can't see, it just didn't make sense. Because it would have been easier just to continue what Aiden did, and if he didn't do well, then cool, we can make the move. By that time, Minshew would have had a better grasp on the playbook. You know what I mean? Like it because it didn't make sense rushing Minshew in, and he's learning the playbook. At least Aiden was there the year before and knew the players, so he kind of had a little bit of rhythm with them. So that would have been a better. But like I said, it's kind of hard to say. We were 2-2. We're 2-3 now, but I feel like we should have just kind of continued with Aiden, and then worst case, if he sucked, by that time Minshew, like by this time, Minshew would have been a little bit better with the playbook. He would have, knew the plays a little bit better. It wouldn't have looked so much of a struggle for him, and I just thought it would. But here we are, here we
Yeah, look,
are.
here we are. Here we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Look,
So
once again, we really need more of these next man up mentality players to be that next man up and produce like we ideally we would want from a next man up. Like
mm,
uh Isaiah Polamalu, he's was the next man up and he's been quite good. Like he's been a good surprise since
mhm.
taking that starting job in Marcus absence. Um, so we need more guys to emerge like that. I mean, Charles Snowden, he was quiet last week, but he had a game against the Browns. Like that's another guy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So Madison like had a down week. We didn't really run the ball outside of on one or two occasions like last week. So like we need more of those, as well as like I guess to harp on about Tyree again, but not just Tyree. Like a lot of these other draft pick investments from yesteryears. We need them to step up and show why they're worthy of being chosen to represent the silver and black. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
yeah.
we need more players to step up.
So you think this game's kind of more about finding those gems, kind of, while these injuries are going on?
Look, you don't even have to be a gem. You just
Or a decent, like a
just
decent play.
produce.
Yeah, yeah,
Produce like what I mean. If we've got you as a wide receiver number one, number two, then you could. Can you catch those contested balls? Can you make some plays? You don't have to make plays all the time, but you know what I mean. Like at
yeah,
least enough to contribute and give the opposition something to think about and a few headaches. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um, as well as on the defense side of the ball. I mean, like linebacker is another one. Like it's been a turnstile since Diablo's been down. The other outside man with Spillane. I mean, Spillane can't do it all. I mean, he's done his best to do it all. He's playing.
mhm,
He's been the best defensive player other than Max Crosby this year. He may even make a Pro Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But like other than Spillane, I mean, like the play from the other guys, like my guy Masterson, up until he got injured, was, if I'm going to be honest, he was pretty disappointing. Especially since I'm a huge advocate for the guy. And Eichenberg, like, man, that dude looks slow, man. Like, I'm not really too impressed with Eichenberg, but again, like fifth round rookie, whatever. Like, where's this Bernay cat? You know what I mean? Like, what is he
Yeah.
doing? Gainer, like, why don't we give Amari Gainer some more snaps? I mean, he was very impressive in preseason. Like, the
Yeah.
production we were getting out of Gainer is what I want to see out of these cats we drafted. We didn't, so fuck it. Let's give Gainer the keys, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the time. I mean, it's so crazy. So I know you know about this situation too, right? About the quarterback. So we need a quarterback, right? Moving forward, this I don't think we're gonna run from this quarterback situation any longer. I think this is the year that we finally do it. Because if we don't, because yeah, we say that we always say who we should draft and all this kind of stuff. But if we don't this time, because this time I kind of tried to give us a pass with the eight, because if we were going Aiden's way, I felt like, okay, I can see why you guys are going to see what you got here, just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? And we just see now that there's only a few teams that don't have quarterbacks now. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
us, and there are just a couple teams still trying to figure it out. But are we going to go the right direction? You know what I mean? Are we going to even be in able to get one? You know what I mean? Are we going to finish in the middle of the pack like we usually do? Where we're too far to trade in, you know what I mean? And it's just too expensive. Because I talked about that too. I don't know how you feel about paying, 3 first rounds just to trade back into something to get a quarterback. I just feel like we can't afford it right now, because with the injuries and stuff like that, I just feel like we need one, yes, but should we give it all up to get it? Are we prepared to be able to give up those draft picks to be competitive when we get this quarterback?
I mean, look, like, I try not to think too far ahead. Being that, look, we're not even halfway through the season,
Mhm.
as well as, like, things can change. Maybe OC can be the guy, but like the way things are trending, yeah. Look, I think no matter what, let's take a chance. Let's swing for a quarterback. We haven't swung for a quarterback. I've made this statement a few times, um, since Derek Carr, and then before that, Jamarcus Russell. Like, I don't consider like a third round or a fourth round, fifth round, whatever it may be, quarterback to be swinging for the fences, so to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's at least try. You know what I mean? Like, because as it stands, we need a quarterback, kind of how that sweetheart Henny needs you in your chat feed.
Appreciate that. Yeah. It's so I touched on it, but I kind of sped past it. But when we were talking about the Justin Fields thing, because I was going to say I feel better our chances with Justin Fields than I would with Russell Wilson, believe it or not. Because like
You
I
would
don't
what,
know
sir?
what, huh?
What'd you say?
Oh, I feel better about Justin Fields starting against us than I would about Russell Wilson, because there was some talk about him kind of possibly being ready, but he's going to be the number 2. But for some reason, Russell Wilson carves us up. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. I don't know what it is, and it's just because I've seen him critique us
Does he
on.
though? I mean, he never won a game against us.
Yeah, no, but he does. He can sling it better than I feel he can sling it better than Justin. And I think he is a true double threat. Like, yeah, Justin can run and pass, but I think Russell Wilson is the most, I mean, of the two, the most accurate, and he can run, but I think he does both a little bit better than, well, except for running. I think Justin Fields is the better runner, but I feel passing wise, accuracy wise, it would be Russell. Russell can go and he can cook. Like that's what I say. Russ can cook. When he gets in that rhythm, he can be dangerous. But that's why I say Fields, I think, gives us a better opportunity to, run into a
Right.
sack or two.
Whoever it is, like we need to do better when it comes to shutting these quarterbacks down and making sure that they don't have these all of a sudden they either return to glory or they just establish themselves as like they're the next coming of Joe Montana, like
Yeah,
a Tyson Badgett or a
yeah.
who was that cat we had as our backup last year who didn't make the roster but he was with the Niners before that?
Oh,
Mullins?
Mullins. Mullins is the Raider
Yeah,
killer.
right. Remember that game against the Niners,
I'll never forget.
2018? God,
I'll never. I'll never
he's
forget.
absolutely nobody, third stringer, and we make him look like he's friggin' like I said, Joe Montana all of a sudden. Like I don't want another one of these games. Like
Bo Nix, you know what I mean? It's funny because I started Bo
right,
Nix on my guillotine league, and hoping that I was wrong. Bo Nix has a career game.
right. Oh,
So
Dalton, another, all of a sudden he has a career reemergence in that game against Carolina. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
yeah. Once again, we picked the wrong guy. But it's hard to tell, man. It's you look at what people do last year, and then you're like, okay, so they should just continue that here. No problem, right? And it just seems like it's on our side. It makes everything look difficult. We make the easiest things, but at least
Right.
the part of us losing is not. I mean, because we've had injuries this whole season, and we've been in these games, and it's been the turnovers. So hopefully, because I think there was a turnover every game for Minshew, right? At least a fumble or a interception.
How many
So
turnovers did we have against the Panthers?
that was, I believe, let me see. I remember two.
Did we?
Was there a fumble? I feel there was the Zamir White fumble, and
That
then
was
there
against the
was
Browns, wasn't it?
he did two in a row. Yeah, he fumbled again because we had the pick six
Right.
against the Browns, and then the
Three
week
times
before
as many fumbles as he does touchdowns.
yeah,
Absolutely ridiculous stuff.
because was that the game where remember we had the penalty with Mayer? Oh wait, yeah, Mayer did play this year. I forgot his the phantom hold.
Right.
And then remember right after that, Zamir White fumbled.
Right.
Yeah, so that was
But that Panther game, we were never in it.
yeah.
Never. That was a terrible game. Embarrassing.
I know. I tried to anti-jinx us because this week I picked up Justin Fields, guys. And it's like it's gonna be. I'm hoping it's a win-win regardless. I hope he tears my fantasy team not up, of course. But I would rather the win every time. But I just, as a smart player, I just know how some players I don't know what it is that I would love to hear the game plan for the Raiders for every 30 or all the other 31 teams of how they play us. You know what I mean? Because it seems like it's different. It whatever we do well, they exploit it and make us look, they just take away what we do, man. And it's like they just all the week's preparation, all the scripted drives and stuff like that, and then we come out and we go 3 and out. Preparation.
Right.
Preparation.
We're talking about scripted drives. Wasn't that what we were doing the last couple of years? Like we'd have a scripted drive first drive and it would go well, and then after that it's just like, what's the next one?
Yeah.
I don't know. We just shit the bed.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. It was like we okay, like DC was like great with the scripted drives, but it's like when things would kind of fall apart and kind of go left, they could not recover. I don't know what it was like. And I think we still have that issue with our adjustments in the second half. Because it's like whatever we start to do well in the first half, and we think, okay, we just got to keep doing this for the second half. And it's like they make changes here and there, and their guys get loose, and we're still stuck 3 and out. 3 and out.
It seemed to have been the case this year, except for that Ravens game, right? Where we actually we weren't really in it like the first half outside of defensively doing our thing, but like we all of a sudden kind of started to click and we managed to come away with a win. But yeah, like I'm more. I got to admit, like I'm more hopeful than confident with this game. If I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
yeah. If I'm honest, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that it somehow, some way turns around. But
Yeah. Because even like you said, in honesty, look at the coaching. A coaching comparison alone gives them a better shot. You know what I mean? Just
right,
on coaching alone. Now quarterback, I feel they have a slight, maybe a slight edge. I would say, just he is a veteran. He, just his experience and just how their team is built and how they get down. They're a tough team. You know what I mean? Steelers aren't no punk. They play, a pretty good division, and that's that black and blue division. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we have to play that type of ball today. It can't be pretty boy ball. It has to be that rough and rugged, man. That dirty ball, like, you know what I mean? Dirty ball.
right. That's usually when we went, how we've won in previous years, except for like the only time I can remember was when we kind of finessed the win was when we played them. What was it, 2020 or 21? When Henry
Yeah.
Ruggs lit them up.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like outside of that, it's always been pretty rough and rugged, like stuff between the Raiders and the Steelers. You know what I mean? Like it's always been a tough rivalry game. So yeah,
Yeah, but I think we get this dub. I think it's going to be definitely one of those close ones. It's going to be like a 17-16, 17-19, something like that, where like I think a field goal wins it. Yeah, we have to take all points too. That's one thing I don't like when we go for these, because it's cool if you get it, of course. But then if you don't get it, you got to think about the position you're putting your team in. And we're not that strong on offense to be put in positions like that to be able to recover. So that's why I think Pierce has to do a better job of taking the points. Like if, of course we want the touchdown, but add the threes. You know what I mean?
right. This
Because
isn't Madden. Just take the points when they're there. We're
exactly. Don't.
struggling on offense as it is to get the ball in range to score. So look, I will. I'm happier with 3 than to come away with nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather because there was. I mean, I think that was
Sorry, I'm just trying to read that question.
yeah, yeah. No
You
worries.
see, Jay, Petty beat the brakes off of Massey yesterday. Big Aussie win. Is that UFC? Jay Patai? How did
That's pretty good. You
Pattaya.
did.
That's how you say
Yeah,
it.
you did
Jai
that pretty
Pattaya
well.
beat the brakes off of Massey. I don't watch too much UFC. I got to be honest, Sam. So yeah, that's my answer. But hey, salute to him.
I mean, it's hard to watch UFC while you're fighting crime.
Right? Literally.
Yeah, yeah. But it's I don't know, and it sucks, man. That like it's always we gotta wait and see. We gotta see what team shows up today. It sucks that we're not so consistent that we know because, like you said, it's been win or lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So we're on board to win. You know what I mean? This is the win game.
We're being
But yeah,
consistent with we're hoping for a consistency to the trend up until the end of this week where we can break the consistency and put together a string of wins rather than win one week and lose the next. But look, one week at a time. Let's focus on the now, and that is the
so
Steelers.
we're gonna call 2 shots. You can call like a defensive shot, like a bold prediction for offense and defense, or just two bold predictions for today, like who scores, who gets a pick, who gets a sack. Let's call them out.
All right, the one that comes to mind quickly, Madison's going to get another touchdown.
Okay,
So
that's good. Good
I want
call.
to call that a bold prediction. I mean, nothing flashy to it, but that's just what my gut is telling me. On the
Okay.
defensive side of the ball, I'm going to say this just because I want to speak it into existence. Tyree is going to have a game. just please, the gods almighty, the football gods, just instill in him the ability to live up to his first round draft selection, and let him have a game so we can be more confident in the guy, please. Thank you. Yours sincerely, Abacaz.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and a win too, please. That would be
yes. Most
Thank you.
importantly, most
Yeah.
importantly. See, I like that you picked Tyrese. So I'm gonna go a different direction. I'm gonna say Nesta J gets a sack. Sam Webb gets a pick.
Sam
Calling
Webb.
it. I
Gee, I
know he's
forgot
still
he was still on
he's
that
still
list.
he's still on the team. He's still but that's
Right.
my sleeper. That's my sleeper guy right there, man. Sam Webb. I like Sam Webb. So
Is he even gonna see the field for more than a play or two?
I think he's the fourth. Well, because I heard Richardson's is trending back, so he might. I don't know if he's gonna play this game, but I would start Sam Webb really over because
I haven't noticed him on the field. Like maybe that's because he's doing his job, like in the few spots he's getting. But like,
we
that's
haven't
an
heard
interesting
because
one.
like they say, no news is good news. I haven't really heard
Right,
anything.
but like I haven't even noticed him like on the field. Like even when like you're looking at the player personnel, like I don't know. I hope it's what you're saying. Like in the few spots he's getting, he's doing his thing. So, and salute to you, Raider Joe. Nice to see you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. And Sam too, man. Salute. That win was definitely sobering. I seen that his comment. Yeah. That knocked the wind out of my sails for real. Like that was ugly. Just the way it went, but you know how we do, man. We're gonna bounce right back. By midweek, we back on our team. You know what I'm saying? We back on the hype train. One day, guys, just have faith.
I just wish this game was earlier for me, because I finished what I'm doing at 4:30 in the morning, and the game starts at 4 a.m. for me in the morning. So by that point, I'll be in bed. But like when they had the Ravens game a couple weeks back, because it was an East Coast game, it started at 1 a.m. So I was able to do my thing at work and watch the game. So
that's hella.
That's my
that
little
would
gripe
be
with
raw.
today's game. Is it too late for me to be able to catch fully live and get paid for it? So,
that sounds like the life, man. That
right?
sounds like the life. Yeah,
Right.
it's I know we got the games on and stuff too, so like I won't keep everybody. I see everybody's kind of fading out. It's like everyone's going to watch some games, but yeah,
who cares about those other games? If it ain't the Raiders, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah, I think those are the fantasy investors, not fantasy football investors.
Man, the only fantasies I want to invest in are the ones that involve women, right?
Yep, those dubs, those wins, the dubs.
Right.
Yeah. So
thanks for having me on, Jason.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Thank you. And I'm gonna call a shot too. Zamir White gets a touchdown today too. He gets a touchdown.
Is he coming back? Is he even gonna
better
be playing?
Was he really gone though? Was he really hurt? All those muscles, all those, you know what I'm saying? All those quad muscles and all that. Come on, he's unbreakable. That's Zeus.
Yeah, Mister is gonna run for 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns and make us forget about Josh Jacobs, right?
Damn, remember, because remember, running backs come a dime a dozen. That's what they said.
Oh yeah,
dime a dozen. Yep. There's Josh Jacobs flowing everywhere. Yep, but we'll see. But shout out to our guys, man. We just hope that you guys put the best effort today, put the best team on the field today, and get this dub. Black and blue and yellow. Yes, sir. I was gonna say Sam Webb gets 2 interceptions, but no. We're just gonna hope for at least one.
Well, you're gonna have an Eric Harris kind of game. Is that what you predict?
Right. Yeah, we need those turnovers. We're gonna call for turnovers. That's what I'm calling for.
Right.
Tip passes.
But
get them hands up.
A more realistic take on that would be, that's another thing I'm hoping can happen, is Jack Jones, a guy I've given the highest of endorsements to. He, for me, has been more on the disappointing side of the ledger than proving that what I said about him being the heir apparent to Nnamdi Asomugha, it hasn't really been warranted so far, which has disappointed me greatly. So like, if it's Sam Webb, it's Sam Webb, but like I'm looking at Jack Jones. Like, come on, like he has it in him. He showed it last year. He showed flashes of it. He just hasn't played to that exceptional level that I believe he's capable of. And hopefully, this is the game where he gets it together and he makes a play.
Trey Taylor is activated.
I saw that.
That's going to be crazy. We get to see our guy, see what he's about. Because AP brought in Jack Jones, as you just talked about, and he also brought in this guy. So I want to see what it looks like. I want to see if this is going to be a successful bring in. Is he going to be 2-0, bringing in good, good outsiders? But one thing that we do have to be careful for, guys, they have some tight ends. I don't know if you guys remember the guy Connor Hayward. He was the big tight end that was kind of top of the draft. I think it was the Mayer draft, if I'm not mistaken, but he was like one of the top ones, and he ended up getting injured kind of early in camp, so kind of fell off. But he's a big guy, big threat. Also, Freiermuth is going to be someone, because how our backers are, taking these tight ends. So that's one thing. One thing we definitely do need to be careful of is these tight ends. So mark my words.
Raider Nation, Jason. When I think about it, like, can you recall a time this season so far where a tight end has cut loose on us? I mean, when you think about it, like, that's something we've seen we've been doing fairly well so far. I mean,
so far so good.
I guess that's something, right?
I'm really trying to think. I'm like, I don't think so.
Right, you have to think about it, and I mean, I don't recall. I don't recall. Was Andrew? Did Andrews play that game?
He was. Was he? I feel like he was either injured or he was. Was he injured? I remember him in that game though. Yeah, Njoku was out, I believe. Yeah, I don't think he. He was injured because I had him on my fantasy team. That's how I know he was often injured this year.
I don't know, but just thinking out loud, like, I mean,
really, I
can't recall, like, in these years where we just let Travis Kelce catching, 6,
Antonio Gates,
receptions a game. Antonio Gates back in the day.
Tony Gonzalez. We used to get torched. Right. We used to get torched by tight ends. Like every single tight end in our division gave us the business. Like when we had, like you said, Gonzalez, when Gates, Kelce, of course, has been working us over, but we got our own threat too. We got the Bowers. We got the Bowers, Powers, and Glaze. Bowers, and Glaze, the law firm.
Hey, you heard it from Raider Nation, Jason.
Hell yeah. Yeah, appreciate you having you on, man. Like, we're going to do this a lot more often. I'm going to be back on the more consistent shows now. But, so bold prediction, I'm calling 19-17, Raiders win. Field goal, Carlson. Gets them on, sends them home unhappy. In the words of Brady, like they said, in the words of Brady, go ruin their day. That's what it's about. That's Raider ball. Ruin their day. They think they're going to just come in here and just whoop all on the Raiders. Go change their minds. Change their life. But appreciate you guys, man. We love you guys. And Nation is strong, man. Let's get this win. And let's talk about it after the game. And if we win, I'll be back. If not, I'll be mad. Guaranteed.
But you'll be back anyways, right?
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll probably be back by Wednesday. But you know what I'm saying? But the loss is just for me, because sometimes I don't like to do quick, like right after the game, because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't see while I was watching the game that I want to kind of check out before I start blabbing about, this and this guy and he sucks. And, because sometimes it's like I don't want to have to come back and be like, you know what? My bad. That was my fault. So I just kind of take a little bit, and it makes me mad when we lose. And it's just, there's a lot to take into it. So I hope to
Right.
come back today, guys. I hope to come back and we talk about how we did it. So you know what was funny? That I'll end it on this one. I'm sorry. So
I got all
right,
night.
hey, when we were marching down the field against the Broncos before the pick six, I was actually making a thumbnail that said, "Who's your daddy?" Because I was already I was like, "Oh yeah, we got this." Like we putting
Oh
it on them.
no.
Then the pick six happens, and then it just changed everything. And then from there, we know what happened. So it was just like, man, I'm gonna stay away from thumbnails. I'm gonna stay away from all that until it's over, until it's officially over. Yeah, because I was literally in the middle, and then that happens, and then nothing else went our way. So
Right.
let's get this win, guys. Raiders for life. Appreciate it. Raiders till we die. Let's go. In fact, get that in, Africasi. You gotta get that in. My bad. I cut you before you said your last comment. Go ahead, do your thing.
No, I said I already finished. I was just about to sign off. I just said, yeah, let's go.
For sure. Let's go. One time.
We lose time.
Better wait. Go. Find a way.